Maggie, first off, congratulations on your new film, and thank you for taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Oh, happy to be here.
I enjoyed this film a lot, and one of the things I really enjoyed was seeing you kick ass and taking names. So that was fun. I understand you're of Vietnamese descent, right? So
Yes.
in the film, your character returns to Vietnam for
Yes.
revenge. So I wanted to ask you, did you guys actually film in Vietnam? And if so, how was that experience for you? And how was it having that personal touch in there? How did that affect your performance in the film?
Well, I certainly was very, very excited to go to Vietnam and film. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we were supposed to land in Vietnam in March to film all the Vietnam stuff. So Michael and I weren't able to go for that reason. Martin did go, Martin Campbell and the crew, they did go and they shot a bunch and they got what they needed to get, but we weren't able to, unfortunately. And that was heartbreaking because I really was looking forward to going back to Vietnam and filming there. It's such a rich and romantic place that, is hard to replicate. And we really wanted it, but, circumstances being what they were. But yeah, I mean, the personal connection is huge. I mean, I was able to, my mother's from Vietnam. Even in the film, I was able to portray a woman that was mixed race, growing up in Vietnam, and that meant a lot to me. I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to explore that. And then lastly, I really am excited about the way we show and portray Vietnam in the movie because you have a very modern city, a leading economy, a place that's very different than it was during wartime, but you don't ever see it in movies outside of that. And so that made me really happy, and that was kind of full circle.
Yeah, it shows it. I really appreciated that aspect of showing Vietnam like that. One of the things that I also enjoyed from the film is your chemistry with Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Keaton. So I wanted to ask you, obviously, how was it working with them, with these legends, and what would you say you took from your experience? What did you learn from each one, and their styles or approach to acting?
Well, I got very lucky because I had two men that were perfectly cast. So you have to sort of start with that, right? Martin knew exactly who he wanted for this movie. He had a real vision for it, and not everyone agreed with who he chose in the beginning. And then, you have this visionary director, and then it all unfolds, and people go, oh yeah, that was probably a good decision. So I started with that, right? I started with the right casting, and then I moved a space where I was able develop personal relationships with both men off screen. That was just wonderful, easy and collaborative and fun, but also, they were totally dedicated to making this movie the best that it could be. And so was I. And so I think that shared motivation to really put something on screen that was worth it. Sam's a very big personality, very gregarious, fun. And so we were able to really create that father-daughter dynamic actually pretty easily and make decisions that showed our audience that their bond had been, a long-term bond, not something that obviously had just happened. And then with Michael, obviously we have a different kind of romance in this. It's not a basic romance. It's really not a romance that you see a lot in film. These two people can't ever be together, and they know that on some level, but yet we're human and we want to indulge in certain things. But it's the battle of wits that really makes this interesting, and their level of intelligence and how they move in the world opposite one another is pretty fun.
So before letting you go, obviously, I wanted to ask you without spoilers or giving anything away, would you be up for a sequel or a prequel or a spin-off to the Protégé? And what maybe would you like to explore in another one?
We did leave it. I mean, the ending is really sort of ambiguous, which is nice. I think we did leave it open. If my audiences love her, then I'm not done with her. So let's see what the reaction's going to be, and if people like it, I'd love to make another one.
Great. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for the character for another one.
I
So,
really appreciate it.
Maggie, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And congratulations again on your film. Take care and saludos from Puerto Rico.
And you. Thank you so much.